Hello my loves, what is up? What is going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I did want to give a quick little mention. I personally do not do personal readings for the time being, but if any of you are actually interested in getting a personal reading, there is an amazing platform called Keen where you can actually get personal readings no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time of day it is. This is a platform where you can find psychics and spiritual advisors that can answer your life questions. And a few of the things that I really love about Keen is that when you log on there, they have psychics from all different price ranges so that you can choose one that specifically matches your budget. And you can also choose your method of contacting a psychic, whether that be over the phone, text message, or email, whatever suits you best. So they're very flexible, and you can also choose your amount of time that you want to spend with a psychic. And my personal experience with Keen has been great so far. In order to get the best reading experience, I highly recommend trying out a few different psychics before finding the one that you want to spend the most time with, because everyone gives slightly different types of readings. Some people go more in detail, some people go less in detail, so you kind of have to find one that really matches your style and what you're really looking for. I recently asked a psychic what they saw for me career-wise, and they were definitely right in line with kind of where I'm going and what I've been sort of seeing and creating for myself, so that was a really cool experience. And if any of you are interested in giving Keen a try, you can click the link down below or head to trykeen.com/gem in order to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. And again, that is trykeen.com/gem in order to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99, which is basically like $99 in savings, which is huge. And again, a huge thank you to Keen for sponsoring today's video. Sending you all so much love, and let's go ahead and hop right into today's pick a card. Hello my loves, what is up? What is going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about the next big changes that you can expect in your life. So I'm really excited to get into this video with you. I hope you are too. If you are new to these videos, I'm gonna give you a quick little explanation about how they work, and we're also gonna add some crystals on the cards if you like to choose with crystals, if that helps you. But essentially, how this video works. Over here, we have group number 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like, in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box where you can find the timestamp that is going to be linked to your specific card. And then you can skip right ahead to your personal reading, all about those next big changes that are coming for you. And if you like to choose with crystals on these cards, then let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you'd like to choose with crystals, then here are our crystal options. Over here, we have some amethyst, then we have some rose quartz, then we have some opalite, and then we have some larimar. So again, take a moment to pause the video if you would like in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing, there's going to be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box so that you can skip right ahead to your personal reading. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. All right, so group 1, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading all about those next big changes. So let's get right into it. All right, so group 1, it's really interesting. All of our cards for your group came up reversed, which I haven't had this happen in a while, but there is a pretty big message here for you that I'm excited to get into. So we have the Fool being reversed, the 7 of Cups, the Hangman, the 2 of Pentacles, and then the Page of Swords here. So one of the most immediate things that I am seeing in this group is that you've been currently going through possibly this sort of stage where it maybe feels like you are repeating the same cycle or you feel stuck on something, but yet you're really busy and part of you really wants to like kind of open up new doors. But when it comes to opening up new doors, it's kind of like, well, where do I find the time for that? Where do I find the energy? Where do I find the resources to do that? Because it's kind of like you've been possibly juggling a lot in your life at the moment to where it feels like there's a lot going on, and it's been hard to make the changes that you've been wanting to make. The Page of Swords being reversed also suggests that maybe we've been having a little bit of a pessimistic kind of outlook on life lately that's maybe been sort of getting in our way and making us feel a little bit more like agitated with certain things, maybe a little bit frustrated, or even cloudy, like brain fog or like cloudiness that's been sort of like taking over whenever we try to figure out what exactly we want to do or what path we want to go on, or the direction, or getting clarity on something. I feel like getting clarity on something has possibly been a little bit difficult for you lately, but the next big change that I'm really seeing for you is a complete mindset shift. Like, yeah, I mean, complete mindset shift. You've been sort of stuck in a phase, but this phase is ending for you. You're no longer gonna have to be stuck in this phase, and I also see you giving something up. This Two of Pentacles being reversed, you have been juggling two things way too much, to the point where you are ready to just drop something. You are ready to like let it go. Even though I think beforehand, like maybe in the current moment or in the recent past, you've been feeling like, I can't let these two things go. These are two really important things. I cannot make room in my schedule. I cannot open up more. But I really see you beginning to drop something. And you're starting to get to the point where you're just like, I've had enough. Like, I cannot carry this weight anymore. And it's been sort of like you've been carrying like more responsibilities than you should. Or you've been having more pressure on you than you should. And so this next big change for you is literally letting this thing go. I really think you're coming to a point, and I believe that this is gonna happen within the next 2 to 3 months for a lot of you, maybe 4 months max, but I feel like the average for a lot of you is gonna be 2 months from now, where you're like, I'm completely done, I'm dropping this thing. Like, no, like we're not dealing with it anymore. Because it's been something that I think has been causing a more pessimistic outlook on life. And I feel like you're kind of getting to a point where you just don't want to deal with that anymore. And I feel like you're also going to change your perspective, and it's going to feel a lot easier to let this thing go, because there's a shift in your mindset. There's almost more support that's coming. There's seriously a solution for you, that exists, but it exists within a different perspective. I think as you begin letting this go, as you drop that weight, all of a sudden it's going to like clear your mind. You're going to be able to see clearer. So I think as you begin to just more like mentally and emotionally let it go, all of a sudden the way to do it physically will also just appear. It'll just be like right there. So I feel like maybe you've been stuck in a little bit of a predicament because you don't know really how to let this thing go. And so it's been holding you back. But again, I really see you getting to this point mentally and emotionally where you just start to let it go. And then all of a sudden, the pathway to let it go physically in the real world becomes easier. And all of a sudden, the knowledge about how to do so becomes clear, because it just seems like you were really foggy, or something's really just been clouding you and distracting you, and it's been really getting in the way of you living more harmoniously, and it's been really getting in the way of you living more in alignment. And I'm seeing this alignment coming back into your life, and a whole bunch more clarity and direction. And I'm also seeing a sort of new beginning for you, but it's not necessarily like so new to where it's like a whole brand new chapter, but it's sort of like you're going to refine the way that you've always done things, and you're no longer like picking back up this thing that you're letting go of, but you're also kind of like, you know now how to sort of deal with these situations, to where I see you moving forward in a way where you're no longer naive in this situation. Like, you're so much smarter, so much more wise and knowledgeable. You're no longer just gonna like free for all it. I just see this energy of you becoming so much stronger and becoming really clear on what it is that you want. And I really feel like this is all opening up for you within the next 2 months, 4 months max is what I'm seeing. And I do see like you becoming much more stable because of this. It's no longer like everything's up in the air. I'm seeing more balance in your physical life when it comes to your schedule, your time, your resources, and your money. So big changes. And I feel like part of you has been hesitant because there is like you're thinking about all the different outcomes, and it maybe feels like I can't see the right outcome, or I don't know what path to take as I drop this. Like, how do I do that? And where do I go next? I really think that that's going to be something that sort of unfolds almost naturally as you begin to let go of this thing again, emotionally and mentally. And then again, the physical way is going to really start to present itself to you. So that is what we have there. I'm also seeing that you have a spirit animal around you right now that's helping you guide through this situation. So I just want you to know that you actually have help next to you, and your spirit guide is totally like walking you through this. It might feel like you're walking through it a bit blindfolded right now because you're like, I can't see in front of me. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where this is going to go. But you have this really nice spirit animal, and this is sort of like a wolf spirit animal. He's really coming through on this card. Like, oh, sorry, I just like almost knocked over my camera. But he's really coming through on this card, and it's like you're almost sort of like, I don't know where to go. And this spirit animal is like, it's okay, I got you. And this spirit animal, I just want to let you know, is really confident that you're going to get through this situation fine. This spirit animal is like incredibly confident, and they have really heightened senses. And they are calm right now through this, leading you through this, because they know that like where you're going is okay, and they're helping you guide through this situation. So just so you know that spirit animal is there with you. The spirit animal is also really close to you, by the way. This spirit animal is with you a lot, and this is sort of like a wolf kind of spirit animal that's here to teach you more self-respect. This spirit animal is here to teach you how to be more assertive. This spirit animal is teaching you how to be more wild as well. Because if you think about a wolf, they're so similar to dogs in so many ways, but dogs are just really loyal and a little bit more like domesticated and a little bit more of a people pleaser. They've lost a little bit of that wild, more assertive kind of I don't want to say aggressive, but you know what I mean, like more the wildling side. They've lost that, whereas the wolf has that. And you right now, you are kind of like a little puppy in the eyes of kind of your energetics at the moment. You've been sort of letting circumstances sort of control you to where you've been a little bit more like in your shell and a little bit more timid. And you're not normally that way. I really feel like group one, you're not normally energetically soul-wise a timid soul. You're a very strong soul. And this spirit guide is helping you reawaken the more wild side, because when we're born in this world, and when we're raised by our parents and, you know, the friends that we're around, we pick up on subconscious programs about how we're supposed to behave and how we're supposed to fit into society. And part of you has really lost this sort of wild connection. So this spirit guide's really trying to bring you more out of your comfort zone, out of your shell. And this spirit guide is also trying to bring you more in nature, because as you spend more time in nature, you're going to reconnect with that deeper part of your soul that is more wild. So some of you lately will have like inclinations to maybe go outside more, to like be around plants or trees. Some of you may even be getting inclinations to go camping or go hiking or get out in the wilderness. Like some of you have been like sort of almost interested in that. Or some of you have maybe even been like, I want to try growing my own food. And this is because that spirit guide is trying to bring you out of your mold right now so that you can reconnect with the wilder, wildling side of yourself. And you're not supposed to like go completely 180 into being like completely wild again, but we've gotten a little bit imbalanced where we've become a little bit too domesticated lately. And so this spirit animal, this wolf spirit animal, is trying to bring you back out so that you can rebalance yourself to be a bit more of a sovereign, free spirit with less fear and less sort of old subconscious programs. This spirit animal is really helping guide you through to get rid of this domestic, almost timid, shy. I feel like some of you have been shy to express your feelings. Some of you have been shy to verbally express yourself. Some of you have been shy to make certain decisions. And this wolf wants you to bring out more of that wild side of you. Yeah, I'm also hearing that some of you have been letting your hair get a little bit wild lately. Like some of you haven't really been like styling your hair every single day. And that is also part of this wolf trying to bring out the wild side. But the wolf wants you to know that you can also, you know, the wolf wants you to be, the wolf is like, let's be a little bit polished, because the wolf makes sure he has like a clean coat, right? But let's let the wild side come out in a bit more of a assertive, more dominant way, because you're on this precipice of really starting to like, it's time for you to step into your own sovereignty. I feel like you haven't fully stepped into it yet. You've been close. You've been really close to stepping into your freedom and individuality. And you have in many ways. You've stepped into that in many ways. But what I'm hearing is that there's a certain aspect, this like more in control version of you, part of you that wants to be awakened. Like I am, you know, all like the gods and goddesses, like the Greek and Roman like gods and goddesses and things like that, they all have this sort of energy and this poise where they are like immovable, and they really like stay in their element, and they're really dominant, but in their own way, you know, like even though the feminine energy isn't supposed to be dominant, even the feminine, you know, goddesses still have this sort of poise, right? And that's what this the wolf is trying to bring out more of that in you, more of that wild side. So anyway, before getting way too lost into that topic, that's basically what your wolf spirit animal is trying to bring out in you right now and trying to guide you through, because you're meant to awaken that side. You're meant to be more balanced in that area, and it got a little bit out of balance. So it's time to bring that back into balance. We also have the new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. So we got that Gemini energy coming through. When we have communication is key, again, what I was feeling earlier is that some of you have certain things that you really need to get off your chest, that you really want to say. And I'm seeing this more assertive part of you coming out when it comes to communication, when it comes to things that you have to say. Also, yeah, I'm definitely seeing something here where we have to really, I think planning is going to come easy for you as this sort of situation unfolds, but really expression is coming through big. The need to begin expressing yourself more deeply. We also have emotions are running high. So some of you may have been going through some deeper emotional stuff lately. Maybe even right now you feel a bit more heightened about a certain situation. Supermoons create that. Supermoons create the intense emotions. I really feel like there's an intense emotion that's going to come up that's going to help you kind of handle the situation so that you can release. You're meant to release it through communicating, but not necessarily in like a harsh way, but more of like really just letting your expression be free. There's a freedom aspect that you need to reclaim. You need to reclaim your power. You need to reclaim your freedom. And that is something that the spirit guide is helping you do and guiding you there. So you're going to get certain inklings, again, by like going out in nature and things like that, that are going to help kind of bring back that connection in yourself. And it's going to really help you sort of, again, get this confidence to let something go. I'm really seeing letting something go. This could even be like a financial thing that you're letting go of for some of you. I don't know why I just heard that looking at this Two of Pentacles. There could be like a financial responsibility that you're letting go of, or there could be like, something. Yeah, that could even be career-wise, right? That could even be career-wise that you're letting go of something there. But I'm just feeling like there's something that you're really wanting to get rid of. Some of you may even, this is like a side note alongside of the bigger aspects that I'm seeing here. But a side note that I'm also seeing is some of you are also going to get an inclination to get rid of a lot of things that you own and sort of do a renewal, or even just become more minimal. I think some of you are going to get rid of some old stuff in order to like renew energy. And then we also have this card of the gibbous moon. You are very close to achieving your goal, okay? So some of you have been waiting for a manifestation for a long time. Some of you have been waiting for an up level in energy. And let me tell you, you are going to get your up level of energy by getting outside and getting more wild, getting more active as well. So going on runs, because some of you have been letting your energy get a little bit stagnant lately. And that's been sort of also holding you back from that more wild, free self. So if you've been feeling like you're out of control of your life, let me tell you, being active is going to be your key energetically to getting you back into the alignment of getting control over your life, because it is going to help you bring back that wildish side that allows you to create more of that freedom rather than letting your more like domesticated side continue on. It's time for you to get a little bit more in your element of freedom here. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for my group ones of the other big changes. I am seeing that some of you are going to possibly travel or go somewhere. I'm seeing just a big detachment. You are detaching from like a ball and chain. Detaching from a big ball and chain. Inexperience. So there's certain things that maybe it's been hard for you to make a decision because you're like, I've never had to go through that before, right? So some of you, this is a situation that you haven't necessarily experienced before. This is something kind of new, and that's why you're learning. And then once you know it for good, and you're never going to run into the same issue. So there's definitely a message here reminding you like, hey, don't worry. You're not going to have to deal with the same issue again. This is all going to turn out okay. Then we also have focus. So I think this is time to sort of pinpoint where exactly you want to end up. Like, what's your trajectory? What is your goal? How do you want this situation to turn out? This is really about shooting for what you really, really want. We also have independence. I'm not even surprised that that card is coming up. So our independence card, more freedom, more independence, more like overall like sovereignty over your life. That is this big change. Tons more independence. You're really letting something go here that was a weight on you, I think, financially, physically, time-wise, within your schedule, all this kind of stuff. Like, you're really starting to step more into your independence. And I'm seeing a lot less fear around this situation. So that's always positive, right? Some of you may even be, letting go of something to where you are taking back control over your independence. So, yeah. Let's see. Some of you have been like really reliant on something. And so some of you are like, oh, I'm like inexperienced being completely alone or doing things completely by myself or something along the lines of that. But now's the time. We also have the patience card coming up. So don't feel like you need to rush this situation, okay? Don't feel like you need to rush it. Have patience and go slow. Don't rush it when you get ideas, because sometimes thinking them through helps us actually get them done faster, because then we think about things that we may overlook if we're rushing, okay? So there's a message here definitely from Spirit saying, don't feel the need to rush this situation. Don't feel the need to rush your communication either. Some of you feel the need to sometimes rush your communication or rush what you're saying. Sometimes you get an idea and you feel like, I need to deal with it right now. And sometimes it's like, no. Let's relax. Let's have a little bit of patience. Let's ponder on it a little bit deeper. You know, being more chill and in control, not feeling like we're out of control, right? That's going to be a big, big thing. And I really think you're getting so much clarity to where you're going to really know what to go for. I'm also hearing a youthfulness is coming back for you as well. Like a sense of youth. where you have more energy and you're going to be more interested in certain things. We also have fate here. So this is all like part of the process. So don't feel like any way about your current situation. It's just, it is what it is. Like, this is part of your birthing process. We have the egg here. This is part of you coming out of your shell. You are fated to come out of your shell, but sometimes we need to go through certain situations that really push us to come out of our shell, because it's the only way we're actually going to come out. So I think you're currently going through one of those types of particular situations here. So with that being said, I wonder what other, let's just find out any last big changes that are coming for you before we go into any other last parts of this reading. Let's see. Group 1, what any last big changes are happening? Eggs also symbolize new beginnings, but for you, I'm really feeling like this is a new beginning in a very different kind of way, where it's like kind of like a maturing of a situation into a new beginning. We also have waning gibbous, so you're definitely closing something out. Pluto, you're transforming it. Yeah, so this new beginning is more of a transformation rather than a completely new, like, something. It's a transformation. You're transforming something in some way. Yeah, it's being transformed rather than completely overhauled. So rather than, for example, if this deals with career, and let's say you're about to quit your job, I don't feel like you're about to completely change your field of work. It's more of a transformation in some way, rather than like a completely new beginning, right? So that's sort of what I mean when I say it's not like a new beginning, it's more of a transformation. That's sort of like an example of what I mean by that. Yeah, let's see. Any last cards here? For group 1, any other last bit about changes? I also think you're changing a lot. We also have Hygeia. A lot of you are going to pay more attention to your body and what your body needs. And Vesta. This is going to be a change that's very like meant to be. This is very meant to be. And this is also with Hygeia, by the way, this can sometimes also indicate that we need to drink more water if we're dehydrated, but also make sure that we get enough vitamins and minerals so the water actually stays in us too, right? Because sometimes if we dilute our body too much, we drink too much water and we overhydrate and we flush out all those minerals, we're actually dehydrating ourselves because there's no water retention. So something I'm hearing is like up your minerals and your electrolytes while upping your water intake is something that I'm hearing right now. And I think it's going to make you feel a lot better. And yeah, definitely, I'm seeing something else here too. Oh, I see you taking care of yourself on a new level. Some of you are making a change to your appearance in some way, whether that be with your hair, your style, your makeup, something like that. I'm seeing like a shift in your appearance, a transformation, because Hygeia can also kind of indicate our appearance, and Vesta can indicate changes as well, like a radical sort of shift. So some of you, there may be something like that where you're just like, I'm going to color my hair a completely different color. I'm going to like cut it, or I'm going to, whatever the case may be. I'm definitely seeing some maybe like physical changes in that way. So to end off this reading, we're now going to take our spiritual advice cards, which I've been loving pulling lately. They're so good. We have the card of music for you. So let's see. This says, there's a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. So your answers are right there. This card is a reminder that your answers are literally surrounding you always, but sometimes we need to quiet our mind rather than overthink. When we're scurrying for an answer because we're so stressed, we end up clouding our mind. It's like stirring up a dust storm. It's like running around in circles in a desert. You're just going to cause more dust. You're going to cause like a whole dust storm. You're not going to see anywhere, right? So when we quiet ourselves, when we calm down, we have patience, we don't rush it, we calm ourselves down. Like truly, truly calm ourselves instead of having emotions running high. there's a melody to be heard, because it allows us to go deep. It allows us to go so much deeper if only we listen, right? Also, this card can indicate that sometimes we're going to hear things within music. So there could be lyrics that stand out to you, lyrics that all of a sudden get stuck in your head or something that could have meaning for you. We also have forbearance. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. This is a reminder that things are really good. Don't be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. There could be a couple things that are like, not the greatest right now that might be bothering us, but don't be deterred by that thorn amidst the roses. There's still good things to celebrate. And don't let those things deter you, okay? And then origins, remember your roots. So remember who you are internally, why you're doing what you're doing. Remember your roots, because this is gonna really help you in moving forward, okay? So this could also indicate spending more time with family too, by the way. So some of you may have an inclination to spend more time with family. So yeah, that could be a thing as well, like communication here. So yeah, that is what we have for you, my beautiful group number ones. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so my group twos, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading all about those next big changes. So let's get right into it. Okay, so group two, we have the Six of Cups, Ten of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Swords, and they're all upright here. So one of the things that I am noticing right off the bat, this Ten of Cups is so sticking out to me right now. There's been something that you've been looking forward to for a while, maybe something that you've been like dreaming about since you were a kid. Something you've been dreaming about since you were a kid is going to come and manifest into your life. This is something that's going to make you feel emotionally very fulfilled. So this could be like finding your divine counterpart. This could be like getting engaged, getting married, moving in. There's a significant life thing that you've been dreaming about. This could be really anything. This could be going to the school that you really want to get into, graduating, moving out on your own. I don't know, all these different sorts of things, but there's been something that seriously that you have been visualizing for a long time. Like Six of Cups can indicate that you've been visualizing about this since you were a little kid. And it is going to come into your life. This is coming into your life in the next 10 months, okay? And it is a general reading, so usually I like to give a bit more broader time zones or time frames just because they are general readings. So I'm seeing for all of you that are listening to this, this is really going to come in the next 10 months, within the next year. 6 months to 10 months. The majority of you, this is when this is going to happen. And this is something that it's like, it is going to cause a lot of fulfillment, a lot of happiness. It is going to make you feel like you are on top of the world, on top of life. This could even be a vacation for some of you, or some of you, there may even be a vacation involved in this. That's going to be really exciting for you. I'm also seeing spending more time with family, being surrounded by loved ones a lot around the same time as this is happening. So I definitely see like you're just going to be fulfilled emotionally, especially because of the people that you are surrounded by. They're making you feel super good. And cloud 9, cloud 10, honestly, the fact we have 10 of Cups, you're on cloud 10. And this is definitely happening again within the next 6 to 10 months for the majority of you. Some of you may even be happening in the next 3 months for some of you. Just because again, it's a general reading, so I'm just kind of like making a more broader scope here. But yeah, I definitely feel like for all of you that are watching this, 10 months is when it's going to happen by at the very least. And then this Queen of Pentacles, you are going to feel so fulfilled on all these different aspects, all these different levels. I feel like you're going to be, it feels like life is a bit more effortless and it's really solidifying. there's a solidifying feeling with the Queen of Pentacles. She brings with her such a solidifying feeling. She also brings out a very nurturing feeling. So it's almost like you're nurturing different parts of yourself. It's like you're drinking the nectar of life. Like you're feeling like, whew, like this is what life is all about. This is what all those hardships lead up to. You know, sometimes we go through hardships in our life, but then moments like this, it's like, it's so worth it. It is so worth it. And you're almost going to be feeling like, I'm so happy I've experienced everything in my life that led me to this point. And that's actually what the Wheel of Fortune represents. It reminds us that all of the ups and downs that we had to go through on that wheel, on that spinning wheel, it was all worth it because it brought us to the point that we're at now. And the point that you are heading towards, group number 2, is so beautiful. My goodness. And it is so solid. It's like you're going to be so sure of yourself, so sure of this. And it's going to feel very like meant to be, but magical at the same time. And it's something that's expected, but yet unexpected, if that makes sense. It's so expected. It's so like for sure in your soul and in your heart that you are creating this. But at the same time, it's like unexpected because it feels so magical, right? It's like that unexplainable kind of feeling. And again, that Wheel of Fortune reminds us that all of those moments that we've had throughout our life, the ups and downs, the goods and the bads, all led us to this point here. And you're going to be really laying out the foundation for your future. And I think you're becoming so much more solid in who you are. And I feel like you are going to feel so much more well-rounded. And there's a maturity, there's like an up-leveling that you're going through where you're sort of just reaching the next level of your life. And it's like you have all of the aspects in your life that you've been sort of hoping for, but now it's opening up like a new realm for you emotionally to explore, because the 10 of Cups is the completion. So you've been on a journey, I feel like, for a while. Leading up to this point emotionally. You've been dreaming about this for a long time, and you're finally at that chapter where you get there, but then you open up a brand new door, right? The wheel keeps spinning. This is when you're going to open up a brand new door in your life emotionally to explore that you haven't really gotten to yet. And now you're getting there. Now it's like, oh, I get to explore that. And again, it's like this new level of maturity and level of nurture. I feel like you are just going to be feeling so nurtured yourself. I'm seeing like a lot of things just feeling like they're going right. A lot of the things that you've had to kind of suffer for in the past, and a lot of the things that you've kind of had to just like deal with and get through and learn from and grow from, all of a sudden are just, things are now coming too easy. It's kind of like finally the pieces of the puzzle are fitting and they are aligning. It's like the whole confusing process that we went through in the previous years of our life. It's like, it's working now and it feels good. The Knight of Swords, I feel like there's going to be a lot of movement around this time in your life. A lot of movement. Things feel like you might be in a little bit of a whirlwind because of it, because when we have Wheel of Fortune, that's spinning the energy of the swords, which is the air. So it's kind of almost like a bit of a whirlwind that you're going to be in, but it's a very happy whirlwind, if that makes sense. But I do feel like it's going to, stir up a lot of energy, if that makes sense. Like, it's like energy is stirring up, but it's so positive. It's so positive. And even when it settles, even when the air kind of settles back down, it's kind of like, we're at peace, we're at such peace and harmony, and we're feeling really good about it. So that's really positive here. I'm also seeing an increase in your money somehow. So somehow your assets are increasing in some way with the Queen of Pentacles there. Assets are increasing. When it's next to the Wheel of Fortune, that could be when we increase our fortunes, especially when we have 10 of Cups here as well. Something that you're doing right now. There's things that you are doing right now in your life that are leading to more abundance in your future, and it's leading to more success. It's leading to more material assets. Some of you may even be making a big purchase soon after that as well. or saving your money for a big purchase is something that I'm hearing too. But you're making certain choices right now and you're making them with your future in mind, and your future is like, yes, it is leading you to the right place. You're getting there. You're getting to where you're dreaming about and where you're wanting to go. Okay, so we have the full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. So if you've been going through certain issues lately, and Cancer can represent emotional issues, fears, needing to wear a really tough skin. It can represent our savings in our bank, even is a Cancerian aspect when it comes to money. Cancer can also be things that we're really attached to, things that we really desire and want, what we're clawing for. So those things are reaching resolution. You're getting the resolution for that. Let's see what else we get here. We also have, oh my goodness, we have, this one was in the last card reading as well. Emotions are running high, supermoon. This one, I feel like it's very positive emotions that are going to be running high. It's like, you know, this 10 of Cups whole situation here. Emotions are running high for you. So look out for that. There's definitely a situation coming in your near future where it's going to like, whoo, it's a lot of emotion to take in, to say the least. Okay, and then we also have adjustments are required. So some of you, this is gonna take some getting used to. I think that there's such a new chapter opening for you that it's literally gonna be the energy of like, oh, I need to get used to this. Like it's a whole new, a whole new chapter, whole new energies. You might have to try to adjust to this new life, something you've been manifesting, again, like a graduation or a marriage or something. It's going to take a little bit of adjusting to get used to it, but you're going to be okay. We also have nothing will come of this situation, void of course. So things that I really feel like you've been worried about, this is a reminder that nothing is coming of that, okay? Nothing, like those things that we were once worried about, our past is not going to repeat. There's a reminder here of your past is not going to repeat here. And then we have it's time to take action. New moon in Aries is always a new beginning. We're springing into action, springing back to life. You are really entering a new phase of your life here. You've been manifesting it for a while. And some of you, okay, actually also with this void of course moon, I'm getting a second message here that some of you are scared that this is never gonna happen. Some of you have been dreaming about a certain situation since you were a kid, and you're almost scared that nothing will happen, but it's happening, okay? Let's start taking action. Let's start stepping into that new self. As you step into that new self, this is going to manifest even more, but you're already in alignment with it. There's a reminder here. It's like you're already in alignment with it. So we can let go of the fear. We could take a fresh breath of air and be like, it's okay. Like everything's going to be fine. We've already made it. Okay. You've already made it. You're already on that path and it is happening. Okay. It is happening. So let's see. What else do we get for my group twos? We have romantic love. So some of you, this is like marriage, proposal, romance coming into your life, like the romance of your lifetime that you've been hoping for and waiting for. But romantic love can also indicate something that we're so passionate about. Something that we're so passionate about is coming to life. So a career or a path in life that we've always wanted to take and go down is happening for you. We also have illusion. This card talks about what we dream about, like our fantasies. Some of you, I think it's going to feel so good that it feels like, is this actually happening? Like, is this real? And you've been daydreaming about it. Because the illusion card deals with our daydreams as well, what we're daydreaming about. Something that you daydream about is happening. and it's going to feel almost like it's too good to be true. Okay, let's see if we can get one more card from this deck. Group 2, what other big changes do we have happening? It's almost gonna feel like, dang, I no longer get to fantasize about it. It's already there, it already happened. There's almost gonna be an energy of like, okay, what am I gonna dream about next? Like, we also have water, which deals with our emotional self. I'm also seeing some of you like going to a waterfall. There's going to be a significant moment around water, because we have the Six of Cups where she's looking out on the water trying to manifest it. Then we have these two people here that are out on the water. Then we have our water card. Some of you might be taking a vacation somewhere to like the ocean or to a waterfall or to a lake or a stream or something like that. Some of you are maybe manifesting a vacation there, or going to see something like a river or ocean, vacation. And there's something that you're manifesting here with there's a lot of emotion involved. I'm almost seeing you might be like a waterfall when this happens. So like tears running down, but tears of joy is something I'm seeing. So yeah, let's see what else we get. Woo, pile 2, what a freaking good pile. Like, my goodness. Wow. This is a beautiful one. Let's see what else we get. We have, look at this. I mean, take the words right out of my mouth, you know what I mean? Like, I was literally just talking about things that you have been manifesting since you were a kid, and like we got the manifestation card. You are manifesting this. You've been this is something you have been daydreaming about. The daydreams. You've been daydreaming about this, and it is manifesting. So continue focusing on those daydreams, okay? Because you're manifesting whatever you're daydreaming about. Let's see what else we get here. Yeah, I feel like between now and then, it's like you're almost adjusting your energy because you know it's coming, like you feel it. I feel like you've been feeling intuitively like this is flowing to you. This is something that's just flowing, and it's gonna feel very natural as well. This is not like a forced situation. It's not like a too fast situation. It's just, it flows in very naturally. Let's see, anything else that we have here for my group 2s. Okay. Compassion. Again, your emotions are just really, really positive here. And then we have shadow. So something's coming to light here as well. This is reminding me of a surprise, like something that's in the dark and then it's like, it spreads its wings, it's golden. I'm seeing a surprise here. So some of you might get a big surprise in your life. Just seeing so much good emotions, like your emotions are gonna feel on cloud 10. Cloud 10 emotions. I'm also hearing that it's time to spread your wings and come out of hiding, come out of the shadow. That's something that's coming up here. It's time for you to like, if some of you have been like holding yourselves back in a lot of ways, it's time to like come out. It's time to like spread your wings. It's time to be more open. That's something I'm definitely hearing in this group. So let's see if we get any other cards from here, and then we'll go into our spirit advice cards, which have been so freaking fun to use. So we have Pallas Athena. Oh, there's a lot of movement coming into your life. Pallas Athena creates a lot of like winds of change, a lot of action in your life. So if you've been feeling like things have been stagnant in your life, that's about to change. Like, oh my goodness, are you ever going to feel like you're in a bit of a whirlwind with the amount of action that's going to be happening for you? Pallas Athena is also kind of like, what are you passionate about? All those things are going to start like flying high. They're going to start spreading their wings. Okay, let's see, any other cards for group 2? We have the first house, which is like our Aries card. And so this is about things springing into action, new beginnings. There's definitely new doorways opening for you. And then this can also indicate that there's physical changes happening in your life, like physical differences, not just like mental or emotional. This is like physical changes as well. And there could be like a spontaneous thing that happens as well. First house deals with you, yourself, your being. So I think you're going to be adjusting yourself to a new self. You have a whole new self that's being born. Okay? And this is going to be something that I feel like you're going to be really excited to talk about as well. And it might bring you some attention. There could be like a lot of eyes on you for a little while. Bringing you a little bit of attention here from like friends or family or anything really. And then we also have our Cancer card. Cancer, very interesting because we also had the full moon in Cancer coming up, and it's interesting because we have the first house and then Aries here, which are so connected as well. With Cancer, this again is dealing with those emotions, and this is something that you've been really, really wanting. You've been trying to like grasp it and imagine it and feel it. This is something that I think you've been daydreaming about for a long time. And then the 8th house of transformations and also shared assets. So some of you may be gaining more through shared assets. Some of you may be joining assets with another person, especially that's always something that happens in marriage, right? So the 8th house can indicate things like that, but it can also indicate transformation. So again, there's a big transformation happening in your life. Big transformation. So, yes, and going much deeper into your emotions than I think you've ever gone before. So, that is what we have there. Now let's get any last spiritual advice cards here. Spiritual advice for my beautiful group 2s. We have flow. So a lot of you are getting back into the flow. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. And again, we have that stream theme coming back up. And I was feeling the water and stream situation that we had in the 10 of Cups and the water card. Something significant around water. Okay? Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. So there's no rush in this. It's just flowing into your life. Allow this to just flow into your life. We also have woods. Be like the woods. Calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. Ooh. Mysterious. There's a surprise coming up for you. A surprise in your life. A very positive surprise, might I add. And then caution. Tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor. Ooh. I feel like that's a very good card. I'm almost seeing this like almost fairy-like energy of like, I'm just going to like, do my thing and not try to like influence what's happening. I'm just going to allow it to unfold. The energy of allowing things to unfold without influencing what's going to happen. We can imagine it, but we just do it softly and subtly, right? And then it manifests. So, yes. Ooh. Group 2. What a good reading. What a good group. I hope you're excited. I'm so curious what's going to end up happening for you in these next 10 months because it looks like very positive things, to say the least. I'm also hearing the month October as well because the 10 can also just deal with October. So October could also be a significant month around this situation, and also June since we had the 6 of Cups here. So those 2 months could be super significant in some way. So yeah, even the 16th is something I'm hearing. 16th, 6/10, something like that. So yes, my loves, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye. All right, so group 3, if you chose this beautiful opalite pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's get right into it. Okay, group 3, I'm seeing a lot of different things here. So let's get into it. We have the 3 of Pentacles, the Moon, the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Cups being reversed and then the King of Pentacles being reversed here. So one of the things that I'm seeing, first off, the 3 of Pentacles can indicate a future sort of collaboration on something where you're getting either a lot of support for something that you really want to do, or you're getting help, or you're working in a team that ends up really creating something really cool and beautiful with this Knight of Pentacles over here. So that could be one of the big changes that we have going on in your life. But another aspect that I'm sort of seeing here with the Three of Pentacles and the Moon card is I really feel like you're about to meet a certain circle of people or be surrounded by people that are going to really help you break out of like old patterns and old fears and old sort of emotions that have been holding you back in your life. All of a sudden, that is going to begin dissipating more than ever, and it's going to cause some really big changes in your life, because mentally it seems that there's been certain limitations or fears that have been holding you back from really doing what it is that you want to do. And I'm really seeing that shifting and changing, especially because of the people that you are about to be surrounded by. For the most part, I feel like these are going to be mostly new people in your life, or people that maybe you were acquaintances with that now you're becoming a lot deeper with, because you're realizing like, wait a minute, I have a really big connection with you. Let's see each other more. Let's hang out more. So I'm really seeing like this sort of formation of this maybe group of people that you are going to be surrounded by a lot more. And I really feel like in some way, some of them may be supporting you on a project or an idea that you have that you really want to make come to life. You may even be collaborating with somebody on something that really helps you excel in a lot of areas. But yeah, lots of breaking old limitations and breaking through fears. Particularly, I think that you are gonna begin shifting your friend group a lot and hanging out with this sort of new group that is really in alignment with you. It's really in alignment. It's very supportive. And I feel like you're almost going to start to drift away from other people in your life a little bit, since we have this Three of Cups being reversed. And it's sort of transforming to something that's more in alignment with you materially, career-wise, and goal-wise. When it comes to your goals, there are certain people that I feel like you're not really as in alignment with anymore. And yeah, you're going to be connecting with people that are. This Knight of Pentacles, I really see you pushing forward more than ever because of this support that you're going to be getting. And because of this like breakthroughs that you're going to be going through, it is going to help you so much to move forward. And I'm seeing this dedication. I'm seeing an actual real dedication when it comes to certain things that maybe you've been holding back from or just putting off. Goals that you've been putting off are going to start moving forward, because you're all of a sudden going to be connecting with people that have those same goals, right? And it's no longer going to feel like, oh, I'm just going to procrastinate on it, because you know, I feel like the crowd of people that you might have been seeing the majority of the time prior were people that didn't have those goals. And so for you, it felt really sort of almost strange to go for that. And there were certain fears that you had holding you back. This is really going to transform so much. Yeah, and it's going to be really beautiful. And you're going to be really proud of yourself. You're going to literally feel so good about yourself because you're finally moving forward and committing. There's going to be a real commitment and like feeling of just accomplishing, because you're actually moving forward on them, right? And we have this King of Pentacles being reversed. So it's not like you've like reached the destination super fast, but you're like literally on the way there, and it's going to make you feel really, really good. And I feel like now you're going to be more within grasp of your ultimate goals than ever before because of this new path. But this new path is that big change. And then this is going to start to materialize and become more within your grasp than ever before. But it's overturned next to the Three of Cups, because I really feel like it's indicating that you are being held back from a lot of your goals because of distractions, and maybe because of the people that we were sort of surrounded by prior. It was holding you back. And look at, like, there's this knight with this flag, and there's some sort of achievement here. Like, you're achieving something, but there's still a journey to go, and now you're well within grasp of fully achieving this bigger sort of dream and goal. So is that something on the card? There's like dirt on it or something. I take these cards to the beach all the time. Sometimes they get like sand and dirt on them. But anyway, so I really feel like you're going through a cleanse, very much mentally. And you are getting rid of the things in your life that, again, were holding you back from achieving what you really wanted to. I'm also seeing your general habits and routines are changing. A lot of the times when we have these pentacle cards here, it can indicate that we are changing our plans and our routines. I also think you're going to be improving something physically. You might be improving yourself physically is one of the things that I'm seeing. Like physically, health-wise, exercise-wise. I'm seeing this improvement on yourself physically, but then also an improvement on yourself mentally with the moon card. There's going to be a lot of like new habits that you have and new routines that are so much more healthy for you. And it's going to make you feel good and proud. I really see you doing something that you've been wanting to do, and it's like you're beginning that. Whew. You're going to feel good about it too. It's not like the fear is still going to be holding you back. We have the energy is gaining momentum, which makes so much sense because the Knight of Pentacles indicates that momentum, right? So whatever you're going to be doing, it's literally pushing that momentum for you. And then we have time to take action, and adjustments are required. We had these two for the last group, but it's time to take action. Finally, you're no longer putting things off. You're really moving forward on them instead. And then we also have the adjustments are required. I really think you're adjusting your schedule and your routine big time. Like it's going to be quite drastic change that you are creating over the next few months here. Let's see what else we get for my group threes. Definitely a new beginning opening for you, and I feel like there's going to be a lot more of a fearless energy with the ram horns. It's like more of a fearless, unstoppable energy that you're going to be getting around this. And then we also have the new beginnings card, which is very much like the Aries kind of energy that we have going on. So yeah, definitely a new chapter opening up in your life, that is for sure. And back to the collaboration energy. I am feeling like a project you're going to be working on, or something you're going to be working on, but you're at least going to have people either that you're working with on this project and you're creating a whole team, or you're going to be connecting with people who are doing the same thing as you, and you're going to be supporting each other and uplifting each other in this area. It's something like that that is happening. And I feel like a lot of you, this is really starting to form and become very much more physical and tangible over the next 3 months. So let's see what else we get for group 3. It's also interesting, your group 3, and we got a lot of 3s coming up for you. We literally have the 3 that's on the 13, then we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups here. Then we have a 37, so Death and Magic. Death and Magic is actually a freaking amazing card because it talks about the ending of something and the awakening of magic because of the ending of something, which for a lot of you, I'm feeling like this is the ending of your old habits and routines and patterns. This is like the closing of a chapter, and it's going to open up a new magical chapter for you where you feel much more in control, and it's almost going to feel like things are happening like magic. I feel like blessings are going to come to you all of a sudden with ease, and they're going to come more commonly than they have. And it's because you're getting more in alignment. You're really switching your energy here a lot, and it's going to be very, very positive for you. Some of you may even get deeper into esoterica with Death and Magic. Some of you are going to maybe want to explore more of the metaphysical. And you know, the metaphysical is endless. Like, I know a decent amount of it, but still, I'm like, a major student to it all the time. Like the things that I still learn blow my mind. So really, no matter where you are on your spiritual journey yourself, whether you're kind of just open to it, or you know a bit about it, or you know a lot about it, there's still a whole other world there of like ancient magic that hasn't even been fully deciphered yet. So I'm just saying that it goes down a rabbit hole. You get so deep into it. We also have flow here. So a lot of you are also going to be getting deeper into flow. And then we also have communion. So, let's put these cards down here actually, so that we can have even energy. So the communion, the people that you're surrounded by, this talks about those people, which we were talking about in the beginning. So that this card kind of reiterates the people that you're surrounded by is going to be changing a lot. And it's going to also create changes in your life. And then the flow card, things are going to start happening a lot easier for you. And it's almost going to seem effortless, because when we're in flow, things start to seem effortless. It's like we get the right answers, we get the right ideas, and it all just happens. It flows, it's effortless. There's going to be much more of an effortless energy in your life. Whereas before, it felt like it took a lot of energy to do things and create things. All of a sudden, ideas are going to be coming to you. And I feel like it's because you're really starting to bounce ideas off of these other people in your life. And it's like pure alignment here. Like you're getting so much deeper into alignment in your life, group 3. A lot of it is going to deal with communication, the people that you surround yourself by, and who you're talking to. Okay. Some of you may even start like a side job or a side project, side job. And let's see what else we get. Group 3. Higher perspective. I'm seeing a lot of like higher learning in your life. Learning much better things. And you're also like up-leveling yourself a lot, to where you're almost going to see your old self and kind of see where those flaws were and where you need to make adjustments. Whereas sometimes it's hard to see that when you're directly in it. But I really think that you're up-leveling yourself to where you're going to be like, oh, I see the types of changes that I need to make. I see the types of things that were wrong, where my issues were and what I need to heal. And again, you're transcending higher perspective. You're transcending old fears and old limitations that you had on yourself. You are fully overcoming that and rising way higher. You're rising above the clouds. Wherever you used to have like brain fog or confusion, it's like you're really getting above and beyond that. Let's see what else we get. Group 3. We also have the Sovereign, so a lot more freedom, where you don't feel like you maybe need to like people please or do what's expected of you. You're going to feel much more free in what it is that you're doing, much more in control of it as well. Let's see. Okay. What else do we have here? We also have Get Curious. A lot of you are learning a lot more, like really up-leveling yourselves through learning and really rising higher. I think you're going to start asking like bigger questions and learning. You're about to go on a big learning binge of something. There's something that's going to really catch your interest, group 3, and you are going to get very curious about it to where you're like researching late at night about this topic. There is a whole doorway opening up for you that's going to awaken your curiosity on a whole other level. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this last deck of cards. Well, actually we have one more deck after this, but let's take out this one and see any last info before we get some other spirit messages for you. So, group 3. Any other big changes? Mercury, big changes to your communication and your learning style. Mercury, you're definitely getting curious about new things. This is communication with who you talk to, who you're surrounded by. what you're learning about. We have Libra, your relationships. You're going to find much more balance in your relationships. They've maybe been a little bit imbalanced lately. And then we also have Lilith. So part of you is becoming a little bit of a rebel as well. Your rebel side's kind of coming out of like, I am going to do what I don't normally do. And this is going to help you get past those fears. Lilith helps us get past our fears in a big way because she's like fearless, like, I don't care, I'm just going to do what I want. It's that energy. You're stepping into the energy of like, I don't care, I'm going to do what I want. That is the energy you are stepping into. And there could be things that you're doing that are against the norm, or maybe even against the norm for you. But it's going to lead to a lot of like positivity in your life. And then we also have Hygeia. A lot of you are also going to be cleansing yourselves in many ways. Hygeia can indicate that we are going through a major cleansing. Some of you are done with like negativity in your life. Some of you are just so done with like, you've squeezed the last drop of the lemon. And for you, you're like, I'm just going to like cleanse and just, I'm starting a new lemon, right? Like you've squeezed the last drop of certain things and you're really just ready for something new, something more refreshing. And I think that you're about to just go through a big refreshing of your energy and the closing of an old chapter. Hygeia can also be when we start focusing more on our health and our well-being as well. Let's see, any last cards, any spiritual advice for group 3, anything else that they need to know about these big changes, this new chapter? I'm also seeing like reading and researching. Oh, and then we have teach as well. So some of you, this project may deal with teaching or sharing your knowledge in some way. So inspire others and let nature be your greatest teacher. I think that you're getting inspired by others and that you also will be inspiring others with what you are learning. Some of you may be going into a collaborative project where you are maybe teaching something or, yeah, like exploring, learning. Teachers are also forever students as well, right? Let's see what else we get here. Group 3. Any last cards for group 3? We have transform, which makes sense. I feel like a lot of you are going through major transformation. So emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. So it's time to come out of hiding. It's time to come out of incubating yourself, feeling like you're never ready. Because I feel like a lot of you have had this energy where you just never feel ready. You never feel ready to step up. You never feel ready to rise higher. You always feel like, oh, I have to stay down low until I have incubated more, but we can only incubate so much until we have to grow outside of the incubation, right? Because a butterfly, or should I say a caterpillar, can stay in its cocoon for a very long time, you know, but it's not going to become a bigger butterfly in the cocoon once it's already a butterfly. Right? Once the butterfly's in the cocoon, he's not going to grow bigger until he gets out of the cocoon and goes into the bigger world. That's going to be where he then grows and expands as a butterfly, right? So you've already done your cocoon stage. You've already done that. But the only way to grow now is to step outside of the box and become even higher. Start going into the next phase. And the next phase for some of you may deal with teaching somehow. It may deal with spreading your knowledge, because a teacher can come in all forms, like spreading your knowledge in some way, rather than constantly feeling like a student, which teachers are forever students, and that's what makes a good teacher. But there comes a time where you have to also realize, I'm ready to begin sharing what I know as well, while I'm still a forever student, right? And then we also have the music card. So there is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. Deep, that talks about getting quiet time. So whenever we're confused, there's a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. So sometimes we need to quiet our mind, quiet ourselves, and listen. And then our answers will be right there. Then we also have let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. If we hold on to a firefly, we're not even going to see its glow, right? So we have to let go a little bit. We can enjoy and perceive the pulsing light of the firefly, but not hold on too tight. When we hold on too tight to our dreams, we actually don't let them bloom. It's like me holding onto a flower. Like, it can't bloom if I'm holding onto it so tightly. We need to let it go to open ourselves up. We need to let go of our cocoon. We need to let go of our box so that we can bloom, okay? So that is what I have for you, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed this video and this reading. That is what I have for you all about those next big changes happening in your life. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, group 4, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about those next big changes. So let's get right into it. Okay, group 4. Oh, do we ever have a reading for you? So we have the Page of Wands, the Shadow Work card, then we have the 7 of Pentacles being reversed, then we have the 8 of Pentacles and 3 of Wands upright to end us off there. So one of the first things that I am seeing is some of you have been trying to manifest something, or some of you have been trying to get to a certain goal or outcome, and it hasn't quite been working for you so far, where we're still kind of in the stages of figuring it out. But there's been something where maybe we don't realize what we are doing wrong in the process. And what I'm seeing is going to be one of the biggest changes is there's going to be this big realization of when you're exploring deeper aspects of you, exploring deeper aspects of what it is that you want to create in your life. And you're going to discover the gem of informations that is going to really help you create the life that you are visualizing for yourself, the goals that you are visualizing for yourself. Okay, the Page of Wands, you are inspired, you are curious. The 7 of Pentacles, though, being reversed indicates that maybe we're not producing the results that we wanted. There's something in your life where we're not really producing the results that we're hoping for. Maybe things aren't happening fast as we would like, or maybe, yeah, there's just something kind of going wrong here. But there's a big thing that Spirit wants you to know, group number 4, and that big thing is that it's not outside of your control. It's not because of any external circumstance, okay? There is a key here that it does not have to deal with the external circumstance. It has to deal with something that we are doing, and you have the key. You literally have the key inside of you. The Shadow Work card always indicates that the key, the answer to your problem is within you. The answer to your pattern or your problem is within you. And you are going to be discovering this. And this is what's going to cause massive change in your life, because all of a sudden, after the 7 of Pentacles being reversed, we have the 8 of Pentacles upright. And this card right here indicates that we are now working on something and we are embarking on a much broader journey, and all of a sudden there's a lot of horizon for us. There is a lot that is opening up. And right when we have the 8 of Pentacles after the 7 of Pentacles, that means things are finally working. But it's because we are working properly, because now we know what to do. The 7 of Pentacles is when things are kind of growing slow and we're still observing. So there's something here where you are needing to observe what your results are, because as you observe what your results are, we can then look within and kind of ask ourselves, what am I maybe doing wrong here that are producing these results? And as we contemplate that, we're going to see the key. That's what shadow work is. It's going within and reflecting on our patterns, going within and reflecting on our choices and behaviors and actions and reactions. That is your key to discovering what you need to do to make it work. And the 8 of Pentacles is when it starts working. That is literally when it starts working, but it's also you being at work, because now you know how to take care of this to produce the results that you desire. And you are now going to be producing the results that you desire. And then you're going to be expanding a lot more in your life. There's going to be more that comes out of this. There's going to be more expansion, more curiosity that stems from this. And you'll be able to take this to even further places. You are going to now be able to take this situation and expand it way further to be able to see and attain much more than what you previously set out to attain. You're going to expand into so much more, but it's also about getting yourself to do the work. Okay, there might be certain things that we are still putting off because we're like, oh, I'm going to save that for another time, or it's like it's similar to like telling yourselves that we're going to go work out to like achieve a better physique or to achieve better health, but then we always put it off because we're like, oh, I'll just do that some other time, and then we're always wondering like, why aren't I reaching my goals? It also deals with the fact that we have to put in the work, we have to put in the action. And so a big other sort of key thing here is putting in the action. So I know I'm kind of like off on a tangent right now, but the big change that I see for you is all of a sudden you're gonna have a situation that works for you. You're gonna be producing the results that you've been wanting. The results for you are coming, but it requires action. So I'm giving you the little keys here about how this big change is happening, okay? And hopefully you can, even with this, with what Spirit's saying here, hopefully these things can even gain momentum faster for you, right? So you're going to be producing the results that you've been seeking, and the answer lies within you. You are going to be able to expand this again so much further than you currently may even realize, okay? So let's go ahead and see what other cards that we have here. Some of you may also be increasing your finances in some way with the Eight of Pentacles there. Some of you may even be taking a long trip with the Three of Wands. That could be another big change. You might be traveling somewhere where you haven't been to in a long time, or traveling somewhere that has been on your mind for a while. So some of you are figuring out how to do something like that. We also have a new start is coming. You are opening up a new chapter for yourself where you have the right keys to get things in motion. A new start is also coming for you on your horizon when it comes to maybe expanding yourself or traveling somewhere as well. There's like a new start coming here where you're going to be able to expand yourself out of certain limitations that you've been stuck in. Let's see what else we get. We also have, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. You're going to be shooting for something even more, but also looking at the bigger picture indicates that one of your keys is going to be looking at things from a broader perspective and also exploring new information. Sagittarius can also be exploring new information, learning from other people, getting curious and exploring the other side of the topic, maybe the side of the topic that we're like, oh no, I don't agree with that. It would never be that. And then we explore the other side of the topic and we're like, okay. And it broadens our perspective. Right now you're in a time where Spirit is really encouraging you to broaden your perspective. Be open to new ideas right now, because those ideas might really help you expand further in your life. Okay. Let's see what else we get. I'm also seeing more freedom in your life with the Sagittarius, the full moon in Sagittarius. Lots more freedom. And the ending of limitation for you. There's an ending of limitation. And also the figuring out of information. The figuring out of what was missing. Oh, and then new moon in Gemini, also figuring out new information. Figuring out something. Communication is also key. So listening is part of communication. So sometimes we need to listen to what maybe our body is telling us. Maybe we need to listen to what other people's opinions are and be open to them, to look at the bigger picture so we can include all different perspectives, because that'll really help you narrow down what you need to know. So if you have a plant that's always dying, we obviously need to figure out what's going wrong. What am I doing wrong, right? It's not the plant that's bad. It's we're doing something wrong. Either that plant has a bug infestation, we need to realize that by listening to other people and them asking us questions and whatnot, and being open to new perspectives and new ideas, or maybe that plant needs more or less sunlight and we need to be open to that idea instead of being like, no, I put it right where blah 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 told me to, so that's where it's supposed to go. And it's like, well, maybe that plant isn't actually supposed to go there. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe that plant does need to be closer to a window, or maybe that plant does need less light. Some plants literally need less light, right? So what I mean by all of this is it's like a metaphor for whatever you're currently going through. If you're not producing the results that you have been wanting, it is because we are doing something wrong in the process, within the recipe of success. We may be getting certain measurements wrong, certain information wrong, certain ingredients wrong. And then once we figure all of that out, by being open to new ideas and communicating and listening and asking questions and learning and researching, reviewing and reflecting and revising, we are going to get to where we want to go. And that's going to be the big change, because I see you doing all of that. I see you beginning to do all of those things. We also have confidence is your key to success. So a huge key to success is also believing that you can achieve those results. Because if you do not believe that you could achieve those results, you're not even going to be trying. You're not even going to be open to new information, because you already don't believe that you could get the results. So first, visualize as if you have the results that you want. Look at that bigger picture, and then communicate. Be open to new ideas. Listen to yourself. Trial and error, right? But confidence is going to be one of your biggest, most promising factors in your success with whatever this is. Let's see if we can get one more card from this particular. There we go. Don't let your past hold you back. And then we also have another card. The energy is gaining momentum. So again, don't let your past hold you back. Just because things have been a certain way doesn't mean they're always going to be a certain way. That is an important thing to remember. Do not let your past hold you back, group number 4. Confidence is your key to success. Do not let your past hold you back. Just because you haven't produced the results that you've wanted in the past, it doesn't mean you're incapable of producing those results, right? It does not mean that. Just because you don't have a green thumb in the past doesn't mean you can't have a green thumb in the future. Right? When I first started making YouTube videos, awful at talking on camera. Absolutely awful. I was not charismatic on camera. I did not know how to let my personality come out on camera alone in a room by myself. I was like, what is this? But you know what I mean? Like, once you do something enough, if you have confidence, you can get there. And this even happens within miracle situations where even other people are like, oh, you don't even try. Like, that's impossible. There's been so many examples of when the past collective thought that something was impossible that now is possible today. There's so many examples of that. So, but we need to believe that there is a way, otherwise we're not even going to try, right? So being open to trying is going to be your key to success here, okay? And then the energy is gaining momentum. You're gaining momentum there, so trust the process. You are getting there, my love. This is becoming more of like an advice reading than a prediction reading here, but I just keep hearing advice from Spirit. Like, Spirit keeps wanting to give you advice, group number 4. So hopefully it is well accepted, because Spirit is just like pumping out advice in this reading for some reason. But yeah, your big change is the fact that you are going to get to the end result, but confidence is what you really need to get there. So let's go ahead and see what other cards we get for this group. So what other big changes do we have for group 4? What are our other big changes? I'm feeling this card wants to come out. Death and Magic. It's been coming up so often. This card used to never come out of this deck, and now it's coming out all the time. So Death and Magic is a transformation, and then miracles happening after, to where we feel like it's magic in our lives. So there's going to be a big transformation for you, group 4, and it's going to feel like magic. There's going to be some sort of miracle coming into your life, okay? We also have fortune. So good fortunes. Fortune is on your side. Good luck is on your side. Some of you may even be making more money very shortly. Or some of you are going to feel like, oh, I'm very fortunate. There's an energy here of like, oh, I'm so fortunate. So keep that in mind. There's a fortunate energy that's really coming through. And then we also have ambition. So there's a lot of energy backing this, but it's time for us to really move forward and create the motivation and drive, because you have good reasons for wanting your outcome, for wanting your results. You have good reasons there. Spirit is in support of this. It's time for us to have that confidence, the ambition to let go of our past, to let go of the past results that may have not worked out for us. Time for us to be open to receiving, okay? Because you're going to be fortunate in this situation. Fortune is waiting for you. Fortune is literally waiting for you. We have to have that ambition and that confidence, though, and the ability to let go of any past stuff that might be still standing in our way or limiting our mentality around this. You're literally going to get there, okay? Group 4, you are going to get there. Let's see what else we get. We have the seeker coming through. So we have to start getting curious and start seeking what we desire. Start to seek the result, okay? Start to seek the result. A big way to find the solution to any problem is to seek the result rather than seeking the solution. Sometimes we're constantly in seek of a solution, but when we're in seek of a solution, we're highlighting the problem. But sometimes when we can just focus on seeking the outcome and the result that we want, a lot of the times the problem just begins to fade away and the answer is right there within the idea of seeking it, within the psychology of seeking it. All of a sudden the problem sort of usually disappears. Let's see what else we get. Group 4. We have nature. So allow Mother Nature to do its work. It always finds a way. I'm hearing nature always finds a way. And there's always a way. There's always a way. We also have reclaim. So reclaim your power. If you've been losing hope lately, if you've been sort of like losing a little bit of energy, reclaim it. It is time to reclaim it and get that ambition back, get the drive back. Then we also have ask body. Get in tune with your body. What is your body telling you? Your intuition's strong, my love, group 4. Your intuition's really strong. So begin asking yourself if your body has any intuitions on this subject where it can maybe support or help out or provide answers. I also feel like gaining this unstoppable energy. Look at these two felines. Like, let's claim that unstoppable energy back, okay? Let's see if we get any other cards. So what else? What other big changes for group 3? I really see that you are going to be, again, reclaiming your energy and your confidence in a big way. We also have Vesta, which is it's like a point of some big change. And then we also have the 4th house here. So your foundation, reliability, and trust and sense of security is going to be reclaimed. You're reclaiming your foundation, your sense of security. You're reclaiming even like your home life and feeling comfortable. That's what you're reclaiming right now. And you are going to reclaim that hugely. You're going to reclaim your independence, your freedom, your confidence, your power, your drive, your energy. You're reclaiming your body even. If your body's been feeling off lately, you're going to be reclaiming your body. Like, hello body, I'm in control, okay? I call the shots. I tell you what we're doing. So if your body's been feeling a little bit against you lately, you are gaining more control over that again, and more security around your body. But it's going to be also listening to your body. Listen to your body. Does it need more movement? Does it need more fuel? Does it need proper fuel? Does it need proper nutrition? Is it lacking? What's it lacking? Okay? Because a big change for you is getting your body back into alignment. Okay, let's see what else we're getting here. Any last cards for group 4? Any last cards for group 4? All right. We have joy. Spread seeds. Oh, let me focus on this. Spread seeds of joy like a wildflower, and no doubt you will revel in the result. Ooh, so spread more joy. Rather than spreading fear, rather than spreading all that other stuff, once we spread joy, we're going to revel in the result. How can we spread joy through whatever it is that we're currently dealing with or going through? How can we spread more joy? Even if we're not getting the result that we want, how can we spread joy as if we are, right? If we're going through hardship, how can we still spread joy? And let me tell you, results come so much easier and faster to those who are in a joyous mood and mindset. Like imagine the scenario of being a server, and let's say you're struggling for money, and let's say it's really stressing you out. And so when you're at your job and you're serving people, you're like super stressed out, you're super frazzled. It's going to cause you to forget certain things. It's maybe going to cause you to have like a certain stressed out tone of voice, which is then going to stress out the people that you're serving. Then they're not going to maybe tip you as much, which hopefully they still tip you okay. But you know, in usual situations like that, maybe they're just going to kind of like tip you average and be like, oh, she's probably having a little bit of a rough day. Like, okay, all right. But then, you know, imagine if you decide to bring out that joyous energy, even through the stress, you decide to let that go because it doesn't serve you anyway, you know what I mean? It doesn't fix any problems. Stress never fixes any problems. In fact, it always makes them worse. But anyway, if we can bring back that joy and we bring the joy to the people that we're serving and we are just extra good, we're spreading those seeds like a wildflower. We're spreading joy like a wildflower and we're doing it in an authentic way. We're probably going to make people are going to be like, wow, that person was above and beyond. I want to give them an extra tip. I want to like show my thanks for that. They uplifted my day so much. Imagine that. So when you spread seeds of joy like a wildflower, you will no doubt revel in the result. Stress doesn't serve us in any way. It is a natural human response, yes, but it doesn't serve us in any way with our day-to-day issues or with our heart issues. It really doesn't serve us. It makes situations worse. So how can we spread that joy, right? And then we're going to revel in the result. The next two cards that we have change. So, this is a great one. I actually love this card. So falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. You know when flowers like fall off, but they like turn to fruit? Because like, you know, when you have like an orange that's growing and it's like starts off as a flower and then it sheds its leaves and then all of a sudden the fruit's just like, phew. So change, falling leaves, if things are falling out of your life, falling whatever, does not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. So remember that. Miracles are waiting for you, my love. Then we also have adventure. Live wild and free. Be more adventurous, be more open, get back that, because that's going to bring back that joy for you. And it is going to cause major shifts and even miracles to begin flowing into your life, my love. So group number 4, that is what we have for you for those big changes. I know there was a lot of advice in this reading, but Spirit was just like, I have a lot of advice to give around this situation. But let me tell you, you are going to come out very fortunate in this situation. There's a lot of fortune waiting for you on the other side of this. And that is going to be your big change. But it comes through all of what we talked about. Okay, my love. So, hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye!